Catherine from CatherinePerlor.com. In today's video, I'm going to use a new stamp set by Hero Art and a sketch from StampNation, and I'm going to show you my process on how I decided what to do on the card and a couple different little techniques that are super fun. If this is your first video with me, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and head over to my blog so you can get on my newsletter list. Send out weekly inspiration emails, and I think you'll like them, I hope. So let's meet at the stamp table and we'll get started. So for this card, obviously the first thing I started with was the sketch. And the next thing I did was choose my stamp set. So this is a new one by Hero Art that is just premiering. And the next step, I decided on my color palette. I wanted to use the basic gray Pool Party, and then I wanted to throw in some pink and this poppy color from Hero Arts. Probably going to use some enamel dots, so I just pulled a couple packs that had colors that coordinate with it. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I think, is focus on the part of the sketch that is the circle, and I'm going to choose my sentiment. These are fabulous sentiments. I think they're great for doing cards for kids, which I have several of those, so this is a good set for me. I'll stamp the sentiment on white with basic gray, and then I'm going to punch this out with a circle. I've been playing with a couple ideas here, and I want to let you into my thought process. At first I cut out a little bit smaller circle, and I'm going to, or I think I'm going to add some pink and gray stripes and a star, and I think I'm going to sponge that in yellow. But as I started layering things together, I'm thinking this is a little too small, so I stamped it again and cut it out with a bigger circle. This is a 2 3/4 inch. And I'm going to sponge this star with the chalk Poppy ink by Hero Arts. If you click the link below the YouTube video, if you're watching on YouTube, you can check all of the supplies out that I used on this card. They'll all be listed there for you. This chalk ink is pretty cool. It's looking a little bit splotchy right now, but as it dries, it's going to be really smooth and a really nice finish, and it'll even look like I punched this out of colored cardstock. So this is a really great way. Anytime you don't have the same colored cardstock as your ink, you can make it. Now that this is dry, I just wanted to show you how smooth and even that color is. It looks really great. As the card is coming together, I'm thinking this Pool Party is a little too light. So I can go in with a darker blue. This is Bermuda Bay. Or I can use a little bit lighter, Coastal Cabana. I think I'm going to go for the Bermuda Bay, although I may change my mind. I've been known to do that. Let's set these aside. I want to work on these little strips here. I love this little star stamp. This little line of stars is so adorable, and it gives such a great background. Look at that. So cute. I'm going to sponge it just a little bit. And then I'll take this little star, it looks like a little hand-drawn star from the stamp set, and use this pink ink to stamp pink on pink. All right, we build as we go, right? I think I'm going to end up ditching this pink. I'm looking at this and I'm trying to decide if I want to do some more background stamping on this Bermuda Bay, but I think what it really needs is some texture. I'm sitting here looking at this card and what I've got done so far, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to add to it, and it hit me that I need some glitter. So I'm going to grab this little star and my iridescent ice embossing powder and my Versamark, and I'll stamp these stars. And then we'll do the heat embossing with the iridescent ice embossing powder, and we'll get a subtle sparkle on here, which I think will really add a lot to this little layer here. I was just feeling like it needed something. I'm still feeling like I want a pop of pink on this card also, so maybe that's where those enamel dots will come in. So we'll just tap off. This is basically a clear embossing powder with glitter in it. So when I heat it, it's going to melt, and then it'll be a clear, sparkly, wonderful background accent. I've decided to add a few more stars, so I did the same exact technique with sponging. And again, I love how that chalk ink does, because it really doesn't look like I sponged it. It looks like a solid piece of cardstock. I am going to add a piece of sticky strip here because I'm deciding that I need more glitter and bling. I should have thought about this before I started assembling the card, but oh well. I'm going to rub this piece of sticky strip down and pull that red tape off. And then I'm going to cover that with glitter. And we'll turn that upside down and rub it. Make sure that glitter gets really embedded into that sticky strip. And then you want to give it a good tap off to make sure that excess glitter comes off so it's not flying all over the place. And there we've got a nice little piece of fun glitter on that background. I'll add 4 dimensionals to this piece. This is going to go across the top here, so this will need a dimensional on this side, and then we'll just put some regular adhesive on the rest. Just a little bit of liquid glue. I'm leaving a little bit of space between the strip and the glitter. I have some dimensionals on the back of this star to make it pop out even more. Have lots of dimension on this card. These 2 stars I'm just going to adhere straight to the background. And then we'll take some of these reddish orange enamel dots. And there we go, we're all done. I hope you guys enjoyed this process with me. I love the pops of color on this, and it turned out a little bit different than what I started with in my head, but I'm pleased with the results. We've got some fun sparkles going on and great colors. And for Stamp Nation, we've got this card going up today, and it uses the same layout, but some really fun, really cool techniques, so be sure to hop over there and check it out. Thanks to Hero Arts for sponsoring Stamp Nation this week. We are so excited to work with Hero Arts, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Happy stamping.